I hope now the session is live.
Yes, good.
Okay. Hi guys, I welcome you to Data Analytics with Gen AI training training program. So do let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Please confirm in the chat.
Yes, yes, you are clear. So others,
Okay. So guys, you can interact with me using the chat. The more you will interact, the more benefit you will get from this particular session. So this is day 2 session and previously we have already done day 1 session. So day 1 session is all about the induction session where we discuss about the curriculum, where we discuss about the what all things we are going to cover in this particular training program. We discuss about the project portfolio, and we also discuss about the resume and mock interview. So all these things we'll be covering in this particular training program. So after completing this training program, you will be in the position to apply in the product based company. Now, this is day 2. In this particular session, we will quickly get into the practical part. As I have already mentioned that we will be starting our training with Python programming language. So today we will be starting ahead with Python module. Understood, guys? Okay. So in the today's session, we will first go ahead and explore different Python platform where we can go ahead and start our coding journey. We'll explore all that particular platform and we'll find which platform is best for us. And we'll quickly get into the technical part. Just one request I have, uh, those who are present in this particular session. See, whatever I'm doing on my system, please try to replicate the same thing on your system. If I'm writing code and executing it, then please try to go ahead and write and execute the code on your screen. Why? The more and the more you will write the code, more familiar you will be with the coding part. And in coming 3 to 4 weeks, learning SQL, learning Power BI, working on project will be a cakewalk for you. Understood, guys? If you are someone who is simply sitting, making notes, things will not work. Why? Because coding is all about implementation. Coding is all about practical. Like if you implement it in the session itself, and if you if you get any error, any bug, I'm here to sort it out. Understood? So just one request I have, please try to execute the code in the session itself. And maybe not today, maybe in upcoming session, if I provide you any coursework, any assignment, then try to complete it on time so that we can review in the next session. So what I will do, I will go ahead and share my screen. Mm, mm. Do let me know, guys, if you can see my screen. Guys, let me know if you can see my screen.
yes, Sunil, we can see.
Okay, fine. So we are here to learn Python programming language. So we must have some platform where we can go ahead and write our Python script. We should have one platform where we can start our coding journey. In market, lot of platform are available where you can start your coding journey. As you are a beginner and we are going ahead and building the project in data analytics, and or maybe you want to get into data science, Jupyter Notebook is good to go. Jupyter Notebook coding platform is good to go. You can start your coding journey from Jupyter Notebook. There are other coding platforms such as VS Code, PyCharm, but as a beginner, as you proceed and get into ML development, you can choose VS Code or PyCharm. But analytics and data science, Jupyter Notebook is good to go. So what I have done, I have already installed the Anaconda Navigator. Just I will show you. So Anaconda Navigator is running on my machine. And I have already configured Anaconda Navigator on my machine. And using Anaconda, if you launch the Jupyter Notebook, this is how Jupyter Notebook home page look like. Just 1 second. Okay, so this is how Jupyter Notebook homepage look like. Now, if you want to launch the new notebook, just click on this new option and Python 3. This is the home page. Now, this is the new notebook. On this particular new notebook, you can go ahead and start your coding journey. There is a plus icon. If you click on this plus icon, you can add the tab as much you require. And in this particular tab, you can write the script. See guys, in today's session, we are not going to configure Anaconda Navigator in our machine. Why? Because it may take 15 to 20 minutes. So maybe in upcoming session, we can go ahead and configure the Anaconda Navigator. Just I have shown you, this is how Anaconda Navigator Jupyter Notebook interface look like. So in this particular session, we will go ahead and use online Jupyter Notebook. Online Jupyter Notebook platform. I will explain you what is online Jupyter Notebook. See guys, there are a lot of third-party inbuilt platform are there. So one of the third-party inbuilt platform is Google Colab. Google Colab. So what is Google Colab? Google Colab is the online Jupyter Notebook. In order to use Google Colab, you no need to do any configuration. You no need to do any setup in your local machine. Just type Google Colab on your browsing page and hit enter key. The first link that pop up on the screen, that is welcome to Colab. Try to open this link in the new page. As you will open this link in the new page, this Google Colab notebook interface will pop up. This is Google Colab interface page. So what exactly I'm doing? I'm not configuring the Anaconda Navigator on my local machine. I'm using some third-party coding platform. And that particular platform is Google Colab. And process to open Google Colab is very simple. Just go ahead and search Google Colab, go to the first link, and you will be able to open the Google Colab page. This is the Google Colab page. Now I want to launch the new notebook. So we can open new notebook. Welcome to Colab. Just 1 second. I'm here to open the new notebook. Let me close this page and let me click on this welcome to Colab once again. As I've opened this Colab page, you can find this new notebook option. Click on this new notebook option. Guys, you can open Google Colab. How I'm opening on my screen. You can follow this step and you can open the Colab new notebook page. So this is the Google Colab new notebook page. This is the tab. This is the first tab. On this particular tab, you can go ahead and start coding. If you want to add the tab, just click on this plus icon. You can add the tab as much here you want to add. And on this particular tab, you can go ahead and write the code. If you look at this interface, just 1 second. If you look at this interface, this is Jupyter Notebook running on my local machine. The interface is almost the same. And this is an online Jupyter Notebook provided by Google. If you look at the interface is almost the same. This is where we can write the code on this particular tab. On if you come to this notebook, this is where we can go ahead and write the tab. I mean, we can write the code. So we will start our coding journey with Google Colab itself. Now, what is this Google Colab? I already mentioned Google Colab is a online Jupyter notebook. I mentioned Google Colab is a third party pre-built environment. So what do you mean by this? See, let's suppose I go ahead and write a code on this particular platform. Let's say I have written 2 plus 5. I have written this code 2 plus 5 on this platform. So anyone guys, have you ever explored Google Colab? Anyone? Those who are present in this session, have you ever done the coding on this particular platform? It is completely okay if you haven't if you haven't explored this particular platform. Okay, fine, Harish. Thank you so much. See, I have written this code 2 plus 5. A very simple code I have written 2 plus 5 on this particular tab. Now I want to execute the code. What is the process? Just click, just press Shift plus Enter. Shift plus Enter. Now it is connecting. It is connecting. It is connecting to what? It is here also you can see connecting. So it is connecting to what? Now it is in green in color. Now as it got connected, my code got executed. Have you seen this? So it will happen for first time. So it was connecting to what? Let's see. Let me click on this. See guys, it was connecting to resources. What kind of resources? It was connecting to RAM. It was connecting to hard disk. So Google has provided you 12.7 GB of RAM and Google has provided you 107.7 GB of hard disk. Why? In order to write and execute the code. On this particular platform, if you're writing the code and executing, you will execute it. RAM is required, hard disk is required, and processing unit, CPU or GPU is required. So all these resources, all this facility is provided by Google. Understood? So technically, Google is providing you the infrastructure to run, to write and run the code on this particular platform. Google is providing you the RAM, Google is providing you the hard disk space, and in the backend, Google is also providing you the GPU so that you can write the code and you can execute it. And there is no limitation at all. You can write as many line of code as you want. And for analytics, for data science domain, there is no restriction. You can go ahead with Google Colab. But let's suppose you're working on deep learning project. That time GPU requirement is extra. So you need to upgrade to Pro, Colab Pro. So there will be some prices involved. But as of now, if I talk about data analytics, data science, you no need to pay a single rupees to Google and you can use this particular platform. I hope I am very much clear in explaining the Google Colab. Do let me know, guys, if you have any doubt with respect to Google Colab. Okay, okay, fine. Thank you so much. So maybe in the next session, I will go ahead and try to configure Anaconda Navigator on my system, and I will show you how to do the coding in your local machine. For today onwards, like for today itself, I will be stick to Google Colab. So Google Colab is one of the online platform. This is just one of the online platform. There are many online platform. For example, if you just type here online Jupyter Notebook, see, this is first link, this is second link, this is third link. Collab is also present here. Online Jupyter Notebook, Jupyter Notebook, Jupyter Notebook on web. So what are these? These are the third party platform. Third party platform. So for example, I go ahead and click on this Jupyter Lite. Let me click on this Jupyter Lite. So it is loading. So whatever facility you will be getting in Google Colab, the same kind of facility you will get on Jupyter Lite also. Let me select this notebook. See, similar kind of interface. If you want to add the tab, you can add, you can write the code. Let's say 2 plus 5. I want to execute it. Process is very simple. Just press Shift plus Enter. Done. So Google Colab is one of the online platform. In similar way, these are also the different third-party vendor you can explore on your own, and you can go ahead and start your coding journey. Understood? So right now, for today's session, I will close this Jupyter Lite. Just I have shown you. Let me close this. Let me close this. We will stick to Google Colab itself because this particular platform is provided by Google. So let's stick to this particular platform, and I will explore the platform in this session. Now, just I will give you a simple walkthrough of this interface. This is the notebook name, notebook page name. By default, it is taken this name. We can rename this name. Let's suppose I want to name this as test, test.ipynb. I have renamed this. So what is ipynb? ipynb. So ipynb is just the extension. We have seen Excel. Excel file has a particular extension. We have seen CSV file has a particular extension. Similarly, this is Jupyter Notebook file. That's why its extension is ipynb. IPY means Python, NB means notebook. IPython notebook. So I have renamed this notebook. And if you want to, let's suppose you have done your coding, you want to download it in your local, just click on download, go to download, and you can download this file. .ipynb, I already mentioned it. This is Jupyter Notebook. File name, py means Pythonic file. Py means Pythonic file. IPYNB means it's Jupyter Notebook file extension. There are a lot of other options. As we go ahead, we'll explore. Don't worry. So till now, I hope we are all on the same page. Do let me know, guys, if you have any doubt till here. I hope everything is good to go. Okay. So now what I will do, I will go ahead and start our technical topic. So let me delete it. See, let's suppose I want to delete this cell. What is the process? Just select, click on the cell. There's a delete option. There's a delete option. Just click on this. This got deleted. I want to add a text. This is the text. Now I want to shift this text at header level. It moved to header level. Now just press double hash. The first topic that we are going ahead with is variable. Again, shift plus enter. So do try to follow this step, that guys. Just I've added a heading on this particular notebook page, and do try to replicate it on your system, and let me know if you have any problem or any doubt. I will help you. So right now we'll go ahead and understand about variable topic in Python programming language. So what are variables in Python programming language? See guys, right now I'm going ahead with the first topic, that is variable in Python programming language. So what are variable in Python programming language, and why there is a need to study about variable at first? If any one of you have explored any other programming language, maybe C, Java, JavaScript, the first topic that you would have encountered is variable. And today we are going ahead with Python. So we are starting with variable. So why there is a need to study variable at first? Why there is a need to study about variable topic at first? See guys, so okay, anyone have any idea about variable? See, this is very basic. If you know anything about variable, please put it in the chat. Be interactive, guys. I'm telling you, the topic is very simple, like it's very basic, but still you will learn a lot of things today about variable. So what do you know about variable? What is your knowledge about variable? If I ask you, may you can go ahead and define variable in one or two word. Anyone? If you don't know, you can completely write temporary placeholder. Okay, fine. Thank you so much for your reply. Okay, so if I define variable, I will say variable are the container that hold data value. Variable are the container that hold data value. Don't worry, I will explain this particular definition in practical way. I will show this definition in a practical way. So I'm telling variable is a container that hold data value. We can also say variable is a backbone of any programming language. Any programming language, variable is the backbone. How? Because with the help of variable, you can go ahead and store data. With the help of variable, you can go ahead and store data. Now, as a software engineer, as a data scientist, as a machine learning engineer, as a data analytics, what actually you do, or what actually those professionals used to do? They used to write the logic in the form of code. They used to write the logic in the form of function. They used to write the logic in the form of uh, class. They used to write the logic in the form of method, so that they can go ahead and perform data manipulation. So coding is all about performing data manipulation. So if data is not available, how you can go ahead and perform data manipulation? So what I will do, I will go ahead and try to explain this on the whiteboard with the help of real use case so that you can relate this. So right now I'm sharing the whiteboard on my screen. Do let me know, guys, if you can see this whiteboard. Please confirm me in the chat. Fine. Thank you so much. Now, let's understand this variable, whatever I have mentioned about variable, that variable is a container that hold data value. Variable is a backbone of any programming language. Variable helps in data manipulation. Let's understand this with the help of real use case. So I hope all of you have explored Ola application. Let me use black color. I hope all of you have explored Ola application or Uber application. So what is this Ola application and Uber application? These two applications help you to book the ride. This particular applications help you to book the ride, and whatever information you enter in in the application, that get stored in the variable. For example, when you open this Ola application, on your phone, on your phone, so what this application asks you? This application asks you to enter the pickup location. Ask you to enter the pickup location. Got it? Then this application asks you to enter the drop-off location. You enter the pickup location, you enter the drop-off location. So whatever you are giving, whatever the input you are giving in this application, everything is getting stored in some variable. Let's suppose this is stored in variable v1 and this is stored in variable v2. Now what happened? What is the next process? As you have entered the pickup location and drop off location, now the application try to compute the estimated distance. Estimated distance based on traffic and route. Whatever the input you have given, pickup location and drop-off location is the destination location. Whatever input you have given, on basis of these two input, application go ahead and compute the estimated distance based on traffic and route. So this come under data manipulation. Understood? I mean, in the backend, some function is written. That particular function take these two input and calculate the estimated distance. Now, what else? Then this application give you the option. To select the ride. Whether you want to select mini, or you want to select sedan, or you want to select SUV, like you want to go ahead with SUV, or maybe two-wheeler bike, or you want to go ahead with auto. So whatever the ride you will be selecting, that will also get stored in some variable. And at the end, application give you the fare estimation. So this is the flow of this Ola or Uber application. So you can see you have given pickup location that is stored in a variable. You have given drop-off location that is stored in some another variable. And on the basis of these two input, they have done data manipulation and calculated estimated distance. Once they have calculated estimated distance, then they have given you the option to select the ride, whether you want to go with mini, sedan, SUV, bike, auto. Whatever you select here, it also get stored in some local variable or temporary variable. And finally, it calculate the fare price. This also come under data manipulation. So there is some inbuilt function written inside this application. That particular function take the all input and calculate the fare price. And in this way, you go ahead and confirm your ride. Understood, guys? So this is how variable come into picture. I have given you some real use case where you have seen the variable, like how they are using the variable concept. So whatever application you are using on your phone, I mean any application, each and every application is using the variable concept. So I hope guys, I'm very much clear with the explanation. Do let me know if you have any doubt with this particular.
So V2 minus V1 is a estimated distance, correct? Huh? Will be stored in another way.
No. So it's not V1 minus V. Here,
V2 minus V1.
so just I want to just make one clarification here. And just I will tell you. See, V1 and V2 are the variable. It's what, for example, whatever the pickup location you have given, ABC, drop up location you have given XYZ. So this variable V1 is holding ABC and V2 is holding XYZ. Understood? And
Okay.
in this particular application, there is some function in the backend, some function is written. And that particular function name is how to estimate the distance. Some logic is written inside this function. Understood? Some logic is written inside this function. So they will take these two input and try to return the estimated distance.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just explaining the concept of variable, how they're leveraging variable in this particular Ola and Uber application. Understood, na? I'm not explaining the logic, how to calculate the estimated
Yes, yes,
distance.
got it, got it.
Understood, na?
So
So
basically,
even
just to add one point, the variable is a placeholder for the data in the runtime of any programming language in the IT industry. It is runtime, just a variable stores the runtime value, not permanent storage of the data.
Right,
uh,
right. Until the RAM, it is stored in the RAM.
so we
Yeah,
can get yeah, I'm
just
just
runtime or variable.
yeah, we can store value at runtime, we can store value at compile time. So that is a different point to discuss. I was just explaining how variable concept is used in the real application. Like everyone is using this Ola and Uber, but they don't know how the variable is applying here. Understood?
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Okay, fine. So, so even whatever the input you have given, select the right, that also gets stored in a variable. So I already mentioned variable is what? Variable is like a container that hold data value. Simple. It's a container that hold data value. So now what we will do, we will go and explore variable with the help of code. Just I have given you the overall uh, like implementation of variable in some application, the application which we are using every day. Now what I will do, I will just jump to that particular notebook, collab, and here we will go ahead and understand variable in a technical way, coding wise. Understood? So there we have understood variable at very higher level, like how Ola and Uber applications, they are using the variable concept. So I hope everyone is able to understand the variable concept with respect to the Ola and the Uber application. Now, we'll try to understand variable with the help of code. Okay, fine. Thank you. Let's understand. Now, let's suppose, see, I'm starting the session with very basic. So if you have any doubt, do let me know, and I will take this session to advanced level. Now, let's suppose if someone asks you, hey, can you go ahead and define a variable? Now, what is a process to define the variable? Anyone? Maybe you can write a simple code. I can understand. Just I want to know where exactly you are. It will help me to get an idea that like you can go ahead and create a variable by yourself or not. Because this is very basic. Like if you study any programming language, uh, you will encounter this particular concept. Tell me, guys, if I ask you, can you go ahead and define the variable? What is the process to define the variable? See, it's very simple. You have to write,
Variable
yep,
equals to some value,
variable equals to data value.
data value.
Data value. Yes. So what you can do, you can simply write variable name. Variable name. Variable name can be anything. You can type your name, you can type my name. Anything is fine. There is a certain nomenclature we need to follow while defining the variable. We'll explain you in some time. But right now, let's make our discussion very easy. So let's suppose I've written variable name as A equals to. Equals to is a assignment operator. I'm assigning the value. Then data value as 1. So what exactly I have written? A equals to 1. A is a variable name, and you can type any name. It is completely fine. Equals to is assignment operator, and 1 is a data value. Understood? Now, if I go ahead and run this piece of code, what will happen? So what is the process to run this piece of code? I've already mentioned. What is the process to run this piece of code?
Shift plus enter.
Shift plus enter. Very true. Shift plus enter. Now, I haven't received any error message. You can see there's a green tick and I haven't received any error message. It simply means that my code has run successfully. Now my requirement is I want to print this variable. What is a way to print this variable? I want to print this value.
Print function. Use print function.
Very true. We can use print function. Even we can simply call the variable name.
Right.
Yeah, shift plus enter. It will print the value. Even we can use print function. Though those who are not aware about print function is an inbuilt function. Inbuilt function means in Python package, this function logic is already written. I'm not writing the logic here. I'm simply calling the function using print keyword and braces and a. Understood? Then shift plus enter. I got the value a. Now let's suppose if someone asks you, I have written a equals to 1. What has happened in the background? I want to know the background process. I have written a equals to 1. What has happened in the background? What has happened in the memory? So I'll explain you the background process. It is very simple. As you have written a equals to 1 and you have run this piece of code, what has happened? If you talk about the memory, just 1 second. If you talk about the memory, so let's suppose this is the memory, system memory. This is system memory. As you have mentioned, a equals to 1. So space is created in the memory. And in this particular space, data value 1 is stored. And
Memory stack. Yeah.
Yeah, and memory reference is created as A. So what is memory reference? It's simply a identification. For example, in the class, there are 60 student or 100 student. So each student has a unique student ID. On similar way, there are a lot of memory space in this memory. Lot of memory space are there in this memory. So for this memory space, where data value 1 is stored, memory reference is created as A. Now, when you will call A, as I'm calling A, here, I'm able to print it. Even with the help of print function, I'm passing the memory reference. A is what? A is a memory reference. I'm able to print the value associated with A. Understood? Do let me know, guys, if you have any doubt till here. If you want, I can explain this process once again, but this is very simple. I hope I'm able to explain you the background process, how in the memory value are getting updated. Do confirm me in the chat, guys. So what I will do, I will just try to redraw this diagram in a very simple way. This is my memory space is created and data value 1 is stored and memory reference A is created. See, there are a lot of questions can be created on this memory reference. As we proceed inside this session, we will see. Okay, fine. Now, let's suppose I've already written A equals to 1. Let's say I've written A equals to 2. Let me erase this highlighter. Whatever I have written, let me erase this. Now I have written A equals to 2. What will happen? Tell me, guys. I have already written A equals to 1 and I'm able to print the value. Right now I have written A equals to 2. What will happen now? Will I be getting any error message or it will run successfully?
Override.
Override. I understood. It's like a little bit, what you can say, anyone at the beginner level, they will be get confused with the keyword. Thank you so much. Like very correct. See, as I've written A equals to 2, if I run this piece of code, I will not get any error message. And if I print the value of A, what will happen? I'm able to print 2. See, before I was able to get 1, now I'm able to get 2. How it is possible? Because in the memory, as you have written, just 1 second, as you have written A equals to 2, what has happened in the memory? This old value, got deleted and new value 2 got updated. Now, if you're calling A, here I'm calling A, I'm able to get the updated value. So this concept is called overriding. Do let me know, guys, if you have any doubt, any concern till here. No, I hope everything is good to go. Now, what I will do, I will just go ahead and erase this and we'll get into some critical use case. Now, let's suppose someone ask me that can you go ahead? So can you go ahead? Can you go ahead and define variable x equals to 2 and maybe variable y equals to 2 itself. Don't write 3 right now. Y equals to 2. I have defined two variable x equals to 2, y equals to 2. Background process remain the same. Now if I run this piece of code, what will happen? X will hold 2, y will hold 2. If I print x, I will get 2. If I print y, I will get 2. Now let's suppose someone asks you, can you go ahead and try to assign the value of x and value of y? Can you go ahead and try to assign a single value? Let's say 5. Can you go ahead and try to assign a single value to a multiple variable in a single line of code? Tell me, guys. Any suggestion? So I will repeat the requirement. What is a requirement? See here what I have done. Here I have defined two variable x and y. These two variable is holding same data value 2, but I have defined it in the two different line of code. But right now my requirement is to assign a single value, that is 5, to variable x and y. I want to assign a single value to two different variable, but in single line of code. That is my requirement. Anyone, any idea, any suggestion? See, it is completely fine if you make a mistake.
No, I guess.
Okay, see,
No,
it's
no.
very simple. What you can do, you can use assignment operator, x and x. Just 1 second. Yep. Now, if you run this, I will explain this code, how this code is working. Now, if you print x, you will get 5. Now, you print y, you will get 5. So now I will go ahead. So in this way, you can assign a single value to multiple variable, not only two variable, like 3, 4, 5, 6, even 100 variable. You can assign a single value to multiple variable in a single line of code. So now I will go ahead and explain you how this script or how this code is working. This is very simple. Just you need to understand the concept. You don't need to remember anything. You don't need to remember any syntax or semantics. Just you have to understand the concept. Understood? So see here, what exactly is going on? Assignment operator is going on. Here, assignment operator is all going on. So in Python programming language, assignment always happen from right to left. Right to left. Understood? Assignment always happen from right to left. So this is called chain assignment. Python interpreter, Python interpreter will first encounter this value 5, and it will try to store this value in the memory. Let's suppose this is the memory. So it will try to store this value 5 in the memory. Now, Python encounter the assignment operator. Python interpreter encounter the assignment operator. Now Python interpreter encounter this variable y. So it will try to assign the memory reference y. Now again Python interpreter see this assignment operator. Okay. So now Python and interpreter is again looking for some variable and it find next variable, that is x. It will assign memory reference to the same 5 as x. So here we have this memory reference, single memory reference, and two variable is directing to the same memory reference. I can go ahead and prove with the help of code. Just 1 second. So this is called chain assignment, guys. So what exactly we are doing here? We are assigning a single value to a multiple variable with a single line of code. So Python interpreter run from right to left. As Python interpreter see this value 5, it try to store in the memory. Now Python interpreter encounter equals to value equals to operator. Next Python interpreter encounter y variable. So it will create the reference to this memory location. As it move further, again it look equals to operator. When Python interpreter is looking find equals to operator, then now Python interpreter is looking for a variable. Then again to the same memory, it allocate a different memory location x and y. So here x and y is pointing out to the same memory location. Do let me know, guys, if you have any doubt, any query till here. If you want, I can explain this script. I can explain the background process once again.
So the efficiency in maintaining the memory allocation, correct? Huh?
Yeah, both x and y is pointing out to
Referring to the
this
pointing to the same
same
memory.
memory allocation.
The more professional way, but it will not improve the readability, correct? Huh?
Yes, very true. We can get into that stuff, but as I go ahead now, as we proceed in the session, I'll explain you that. Right now, just I've explained the requirement. My requirement was to assign a single value to a multiple variable in single line of code. So guys, should I go ahead? Please confirm me in the chat. I will remove this. If you have any doubt till here, do let me know. I can go ahead and explain the topic again. And now, let's suppose we have a variable called m. I have assigned a value 4. We have a variable called n. I have assigned a value 5. We have a variable called p. I have assigned, just 1 second. I have assigned the value 10. And I will run this code. What will happen? This 4 will be assigned to m, 5 will be assigned to n, p will be like value 10 will be assigned to p. Now, let's suppose someone asks you, hey, can you go ahead and can you assign 3 different value to 3 different variable in a single line of code? Right
Yes,
now,
it's again the same the
this
chain operator.
this this
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
okay, so I'm following your way itself. M, just help me out. And if I do any mistake, just help me out. You're telling me this, na? This.
Right, right, right.
Okay, so
No,
my
not it should be comma, I guess,
comma.
in
Okay, so
between.
you are telling me this comma, like
Yeah.
this way. Here also comma.
No, 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 not equivalent, sir. Doesn't matter.
Okay. So I will repeat my requirement. What is my requirement? My requirement is I want to assign 3 different value to 3 different variable in a single line of code. And this is what I have received, the solution from one of the participant. Now, if I run this piece of code, let's see if I'm getting any error message or not. So I will run it using shift plus enter. So I haven't received any error message. If I print m, it's 4. So this syntax is correct. Now I will explain you how this syntax is working. So in the first operation, in the first syntax, if I talk about this syntax, here we have a chain assignment. It is assigned to this, then y is updated as 5, then this is assigned to this. It is like chain, happening like a chain. Let me use the pen tab. Yep. This assignment is called chain. Here y is assigned to 5, y will be updated as 5. Now, whatever value y is holding, it will be assigned to x. So if we have any another variable, it will go at this. So this is called chain process, chain assignment. But this is called binding. This process is called binding. Here we have data value, here we have variable, and in middle we have a assignment operator. I already mentioned assignment always happen from left, sorry, right to left, right to left. So as interpreter encounter this 6, now interpreter will, the first data value interpreter encounter is 6. Now the first variable interpreter encounter is P. So it will assign in this way. Second data value interpreter encounter is 5. This is the data value. Second variable is N. Now the interpreter will assign it to N. In similar way, the third data value interpreter look is 4 and the third variable is M. It will assign it to M. So in this way, this process is called binding. See, these are variable is very important, like very easy topic, but these concepts are very important. When you get into the coding part now, you need to understand this criticality. This will help you. If you don't understand this criticality now, you won't be able to debug the error message. So just remember, assignment always happen from right to left. Interpreter always run from right to left. So here interpreter is running from right to left. These are the data value, these are the variable, and this is equals to. I hope I'm able to explain you the binding process. How with the help of binding process, you can assign multiple value to a multiple variable in a single line of code. So right now, guys, I have created different kind of variable X, variable Y, variable M, N, O, P. Now let's say I want to check the type of this variable. What is the type of this variable? How to check that? It is very simple.
Type.
Yep. So there is a function. How we have a function called print function, print, print function. Similar way, there is another inbuilt function called type function, called type function. Just you call the type function type using type keyword, try to have a bracket, pass the variable, pass the variable. Let's suppose I pass the variable as M. Now, if I run this piece of code, what will happen? If I run this piece of code, it will try to give me the type of data type of variable M. So int. So right now, whatever variable I have created an integer type variable. A is also holding an integer. XY is also holding the integer. Going forward, MNP is also holding the integer. So whatever variable I have created the integer type variable. So again, I will call type. I will pass X. We can cross verify this. Int. So type function is used to check the type of the variable. Understood, guys? It's very simple. Now just I will explain one more concept and then we are done with the today's session. Now let's say I have created a variable that is holding an integer data. Now I want to create a variable that hold string data. String data means a set of character. What is the process? I have created a variable that is holding the integer data. These are the variable. These variable are holding the integer data. Right now, my requirement is to go ahead and create a variable that is holding the string data. So what is the process?
A
See,
equals to value, string value.
K equals to string value. So what is string?
Group of characters.
Group of characters, sequence of character is called string.
Yeah.
So I have written variable name and equals to. Now I have to give the data value. This is variable name equals to data value. Here I have given the data value as 10. Here I will give the data value in the form of string. So anything inside the single quotation is a string. Anything inside a single quotation is a string. Understood, guys? Now, if I run this piece of code, what will happen? Same process. In the memory, space is created. This string got stored in this particular space. and memory reference k. Now, if I print k, what will happen? I will get the string. So, are there any other method of creating string? Right now, I have created a string. I have created a variable that is holding the string data. Very simple. Are there any other method to create a string?
Double quotes? Is there any double quotes?
Okay, so I will just have another variable. Let's say L equals to double quotation. Anything inside double quotation is a string. Very simple. Let me run this. Let me print it. Oh, sorry. String. Is there any other method to create a string? I have created a string using single quotation. I have created a string using double quotation. See, there are two more methods of creating string. What we can do, in spite of enclosing it within single quotation, I can enclose it with single triple quotation. Understood? In spite of closing it with single double quotation, I can close it with triple double quotation. Sorry, triple double quotation. Now we'll say what is the use of this. This is also one of the way of creating the string. This is also one of the way of creating the string. For example, in one of the interview, one of the student got this particular question. Let's say R is a variable, and I write the string as how are you. Now tell me, guys, is this syntax correct? If I run this piece of code, what will happen? Will I be getting any error message or it will run successfully?
It will fail.
Yes, please speak louder.
Yeah, it will fail
It will fail. Why it will fail?
because you
Double
have
quotes or triple quotes?
you have
So
a
see,
process.
anything inside a single quotation is a string. But here my Python interpreter got confused because we have a single quotation even within the string. Understood? So that's why uh, my Python interpreter will get confused and I will get the error message, syntax error. How to avoid this error message? Let's suppose within the string you have a single quotation. Always try to enclose it with double quotation or maybe with single triple quotation. Anything is fine. Now you will not get the error message. Run this. Understood? It's very simple. So right now I will go ahead and conclude the session here itself. So what we have learned today, we have just learned about a variable. We just understood what is variable, how to define variable, how to go ahead, what is the backend process, what is happening in the memory when we define the variable, how to update the value in the variable when we updating the value, what is happening in the memory in the background. We have seen this. How to assign a single value to a multiple variable in a single line of code using chain assignment. We have seen this. We have seen how to assign multiple value to a multiple variable in a single line of code using binding technique. We have also understood the backend process. We have understood about type function. We have seen print function. Then we have also seen how to create string, the different method of creating string, and we have seen one of the loopholes in creating string. So till here, guys, in next session, I will go ahead and discuss about floating point variable, Boolean variable, complex number variable. Understood? And we will go ahead and perform lot of permutation and combination, like lot of scenario based questions. We'll go ahead and solve it in the session itself. And you will be also solving in the session itself, like on your screen. So these things will get into your head. Now, when we will get into the coding part, na, so these small concept will help us. If we understand this small concept here itself, then we won't be making that much mistake while coding. And if we get any error message, any bug, we'll easily sort it out. Understood? So today is the first session, and I don't want to just to go ahead and uh, bombard you with a lot of technical content. So I want to conclude the session here itself. Just 1 second. do let me know, guys, if you have any doubt, any question till here, I can help you. If you have any, if you have any doubt with respect to program itself, do let me know. So I'm stop sharing my screen. I hope everyone is good to go.
Thank you, Sunil. When is the next class or when is the next session?
Yeah, next session we are going to have on Monday.
Monday, same time?
Yep, 8 p.m. itself. So in that particular session, we'll get into details of variable and we'll try to discuss variable with more scenario-based questions. Yep.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay.
And a small request from Mahesh. Mahesh missed out the initial 5 minutes session. Would you be able to share the recording when you get a chance, please?
Yeah. So you are in that group, right, Vijay?
Yeah, I'm there.
So I will give that link that anyway we are doing live now. So I'll stop the
Sure.
recording.
Sure. Thank you.